Hey guys, this is Backdoor Tactical coming at you again. For those of you who've been paying attention, you'll notice I've thrown a tactical at the end there. I find that some people have been saying Backdoor makes me sound like a pervert. So Backdoor Tactical makes me sound like I know what I'm doing. So we're going to give that one a go and see how that does. Hit me up in the comments, see what you guys think. If Backdoor Tactical makes me sound like some sort of sex-craved pervert. So, one of the things I get asked all the time when I'm doing the new safety members course for people joining our club is what my range bag looks like. So I figured with the coronavirus keeping us grounded, I thought now's the best time to show you what my bag setup would look like on a typical outing. What I've got here is everything I would bring if I was going to either a match or to just the range with some pistols. Typically, if I bring my ARs, I have a separate bag specifically set up for ARs, and I would just bring this for eyes, ears, and ammo. Guys, I weighed this bag just before I started this video, and this is right now as it is. I'm going to pull everything out so you can see. This is just over 46 pounds. So everything in here is 46 pounds, and you'll see exactly what it contains. The only difference on a match would be, obviously I'd bring a separate bag for a change of clothes and some food. I always bring a change of clothes because the matches usually get pretty muddy. So this would just be more of an indoor level 1 match or just a typical rage outing. So before I get into it, I'll just let you know, and I'll show you pictures at the end when it's empty. I'll give you a full visual, but this is the Competitive Edge Dynamics Deluxe Range Bag. So the Deluxe Range Bag, I believe, sits in the middle of their lineup. This measures 21 by 11 by 14. It comes with a pistol sleeve and this pouch here, which is kind of a dump pouch. It has mesh on the bottom if you're keeping brass. I'll give you a better look once we empty it. But it comes with that, and it comes with a pistol sleeve that I'll show you shortly. So we'll just dive right on in. So the first thing I do is my belt setup. I got my mags and everything. I attached these to the handle with a couple of D-clips. So this just stays on the outside, and I've got a couple of D-clips here that hold that on nicely and don't have to worry about it. So that just sits on the outside, and that's that. Up here you've got a little slot for cards, business cards or what have you. I just keep these Zeiss lens cleaning wipes in there. Picked them up at Walmart for $5. They're great. Alright, we'll start on the outside. So this, another mag dump pouch I keep on the outside with my cleaning supplies. So these here are D-lead soaps, which are phenomenal for removing lead. This one I find is really good for removing lead. This one has some sort of pumice in it or something. They say it's for heavy metals. I find this one is pretty aggressive. I use this more when I'm dealing with solvents, and this more when I'm just shooting. So these I always keep on me just in case. Every time I finish shooting, I always use D-lead. Some lubricants. I've got my Go Juice grease, Go Juice oil, Otis dry lube. I use this more for my ARs than anything. I usually just spray it on. It goes on thin, and it just dries itself, and I find this one's pretty good. So that's one mag pouch. Let me just move it. Out here I keep in the side pouch, we've got some gloves. So you'll see here I've got 2 sets of gloves. I've got another cleaning kit. This is also Otis. This is the Otis cleaning kit that's self-contained, comes with everything you need, brass. These are phenomenal, guys. Do yourself a favor, get these cable pulls. They're convenient, they take up no room, and they work really well. More gloves, just in case. I got small binoculars. These aren't very good, but for 10 to 15 meter shooting, they're adequate. And even more gloves and alligator clips here. Just our club sometimes runs out of these clips, so these are just for holding on your targets, so I keep those in there. Next, we have on this side, I've got my multi-tool, just a cheap multi-tool. Nothing special here, but it comes in handy for odds and ends. Pocket knife, SOG pocket knife. This one's pretty sharp. I actually have 2 knives in here. Keep these cable ties. Again, this is more for targets. Sometimes our targets, the system is missing the hanger. So what I'll do is I'll just run this through the cable, snap it through the cardboard, and these work great. So that's on the outside pocket. And in here you'll see there's pens. There's a couple of pockets right in there. You could put some pens. Out here I keep my targets. It's a pretty deep pocket. You could fit a lot in there. You could probably, they claim you could even fit a pistol in there, which I have no doubt you could. I keep targets in there. These are the sticker targets. You just stick them on and they're shoot and see, so they light up. And I usually, right now I'm actually pretty low, but usually that's filled with targets. Then we go to this side. Again, more mag dump pouches. This one, towel, mat. I usually put my guns on this. This is dollar store kitchen drawer liner, and our tabletops are slick now, so I usually put one of these down. It keeps things from sliding. It's a dollar store. This one is just cleaning rags. I keep these Midway USA cleaning rags. This is some fast grip. This is for your hands. You put it on, it becomes tacky, and it's supposed to give your hands better grip. They say it improves hand grip for all kinds of sports. I find it just goes on sticky, and I didn't really notice any difference. That's why it's still full. And just more rags. These are silicone infused Midway rags. I like just having them just to wipe stuff down before I put it away. So that's there. In here I have my stapler and extra staples. So that goes in there, and I've got some clips. So other side, oh, this bag is still heavy. So the other side, we've got our magazine holders. So that's my card. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots that'll fit a single or double stack, no problem. These are 1911 mags, they fit no problem. I've put M&P mags in there. You've got some sort of elasticized here, so you could even put mags on the outside if you wanted to. I have done it. They will go in there and they'll stay. And so you could actually double it. And then behind there, you'll see that there's even more room for mags. So I've got more mags here, and more mags, and more mags, and my paperwork. In Canada, guys, we have to travel with paperwork. Every gun that we own, we have to bring proof that we own it, and transport permits. So in Canada, we need our paperwork. So always, guys, keep your paperwork with you. If you ever get pulled over, you need to prove that it's yours. So now we'll dive on into the middle. This is the U-shape type opening. And the one thing that I want to note here, guys, the reason I love this bag so much is these zippers are lockable. In Canada, we have to lock everything and then some. So you can actually lock this, and that's perfect. So that's a key thing to remember. The main competitor to this bag is the 511 tactical bag. I believe they call it the Range Ready bag, and that one I have upstairs. It has the similar U-shape opening. It comes with one of these that goes inside, so this can pull out. The problem is it has a pull and it ends abruptly, and there's no way to lock it. So that one's not really good for Canadian transport if you're transporting pistols. So that's the reason I really like this bag over the 511. If I'm just carrying my guns separately and all my range stuff in the separate bag, then I use the 511. So we'll dive in here. You'll see on the top, you've got, again, more elasticized dividers. Again, I've got another knife, 3 knives, don't know why, pen, Olight flashlight. This is the i5 EOS, nice little light, just in case, that acts like a bore light. This doesn't come with it. This is just a midway mag holder, so you'll see 5 more mags here. It holds up to 6. This does come with it. This is a Competitive Edge Dynamics pull-out mag holder. Again, more mags. So those are M&P mags, filled 6. So you got that. Ears, eyes, more ears. I always bring several ears, just in case I'm bringing a guest. More ears. More ears. Just in case I'm bringing guests, I like to have the stuff already packed so I don't have to worry about it. The idea behind my setup here is it's packed. The only thing I need to do when I'm going to the range is add my pistols and my magazine, the magazines for the loadout, and my ammo. So this thing is always the same, less the ammo, mags, and pistols. So I've got tools. I keep this old Milwaukee set in here just because it's got mini screwdrivers and bit heads, and these come in more useful than you'll know, especially being a safety instructor at the course. I always have people asking me to help them sight their guns in or field strip or you know, attach scopes. So bit driver, so that fits in there, no problem. Various tools. I mean, I love safety flags, so I keep my safety flags. I've got several of these. Ear clip holder, you know, mag loader, more tools, staples. You know, nothing really in here. The one big thing is obviously a squib rod. I keep a squib rod. I believe this one's 45. So I keep a squib rod. This will work on a 9mm. It's better for 45. You want it as tight as possible. Another flashlight. You know, just, guys, another knife. And another multi-tool. And the big one is I keep one of these laser. I have one of these Bushnell bore lasers. You put it on and it helps you sight in. Again, this is more just as a, because I'm typically helping people and or getting them set up. A lot of new members will ask me to walk them through, you know, some stuff. So, you know, AR flag. I love this. This shows everyone that your AR is cleared. So this is a great, I picked that up for $5. So, you know, you got more tools in here. This, again, I just keep it in a Ziploc bag, and then when the bag starts to rip, I just swap it out for a new one. So, more tools. So, I wanted to show you the base here. If you can see, the base is where I line up my ammo. So, I'll just show you what I got in there. I've got 109mm, 209mm, 3, 4, and 450. 450 9mm fit, no problem. I could get more in there. That's in there. And then I've got 2 pistols. These pistol cases, so you'll see the bag has separate partitions here to put your pistol in. So I use these pistol sleeves. Which one is this? So this is my SIG P226. Again, guys, this would have to be trigger locked if I was going to the club. Trigger lock, and this would be, this case too would be locked here. So that's what I was referring to. So typically when I go, I have this locked with a trigger lock and then the bag locked. So 3 sets of locks. What's this one? This one is 1911, trigger locked. Again. So that's it, guys. That's the bag in a nutshell. So now you see it's empty. I've got trigger lock keys in here. But you'll see how big it really is. They sell a bigger bag that the Competitive Edge Dynamics is called the XL Range Bag. And honestly, it's only 1 inch bigger. It's 22 by 14 by 11. The only difference is on this side, instead of having just this one small half pocket, it has a water bottle holder and a taller pocket. So that's the only difference aside from the 1 inch. And that one, much like the 511, will come with a pull-out bag. This pull-out bag is actually pretty useful. You could put a pistol in here and zip it. You could put a pistol in here and zip it, and you still have these removable dividers to divvy up your stuff. And then what this is would just sit in there. And the idea is, you know, you go to the range, you go to shoot a match, you pull your stuff out to go to the next stage. So this would be more like a stage traveling bag. You just go stage to stage to stage. I find that you know, it's not very useful for me. I prefer to just bring my whole bag and keep it with me. But it is good for dividing up your stuff. So again, the larger Competitive Edge Dynamics comes with that. This one doesn't, and this one is 1 inch shorter. So you'll see how much we really fit in there, guys. That was 46 pounds worth of stuff, you know, jammed into this little bag, surprisingly. The one thing I did change on this, and I think is an absolute must if you are looking at a range bag, is go to Home Depot and get one of these Husky straps. They have the foam padding here, and you put this on and pick it up, and you know what, 46 pounds, it could really take its toll on you with the regular strap. This is so much better. It's cushioned, it's cool, and this, you know, you pick it up for 14-15 bucks. Well worth it. So that's the one thing I would say for any bag you get, is swap out the strap. Typically range bags come with this small strap that when all that weight is on it, it just eats into your shoulder and really takes its toll on your skin and your neck. So again, D-rings I keep just to attach stuff, and you know, that's pretty much it, guys. That's the bag in a nutshell. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay everything out just to give you a visual of exactly what was in here. And if you have any questions, just let me know. The back is hard and has rubberized feet. This bag is now going on 6 or 7 years as my only go-to bag, and I could say I've used for I'd say 90-95% of the time I go to the club. This is the bag I use. So look at it, it's still great. Not a single, you know, thread coming loose, broken zipper, nothing. It's been phenomenal. Highly recommend it. You can pick them up for 80 bucks US. I've seen them in Canada for about 120, 130. The bigger one is 150, 160. And yeah, not much else to say about this bag other than it's been phenomenal. So I'll just pause it now, and I'll show you what was there. So guys, as much as I tried, I couldn't get it all to fit neatly on this one little bench. It was just too much. A lot of repetitive stuff that I keep extras of. You know what they say, 1 is none and 2 is 1. So what you don't see is I didn't include any of the tools, the knives, rags, IPSC belt, you know, 4 sets of gloves, zip ties, paperwork. It gives you an understanding of how much really fits in that bag. And if you keep things partitioned properly and separated, you can really utilize all that space. So the numbers don't really do it justice when you hear 21 by 11 by 14. It is very usable space. The 511 bag I have on paper is actually bigger, but it holds less and it doesn't lock. That's why I prefer this bag. So let me know if you have any questions, anything I forgot. There is one thing I didn't mention. Let me know if you figure out what it is. And the reason I didn't include that is, one is because I keep a really good one in my car. So the one thing that I left off this list is probably one of the most important things you'll need at the range. And hit me up if you guys know what it is in the comments. It's pretty important. So if you have any questions, let me know, and let me see you guys hit that subscribe button and or little bell for notifications when I release videos. I've taken this on as a hobby now that we're locked up inside due to the coronavirus. So if people are actually watching this video and enjoying the content, then I'll keep it up. So I need to know if people are enjoying it. So please do me a favor, hit subscribe. You can unsubscribe later. I just need to see that number go up so I can tell if people are getting it. Okay guys, thanks again. Backdoor Tactical out.